one job now at this point.
Sorry, let's start that over. Okay, my bad.
Speaking of a coming of age story, we also watched Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, the movie adapted from the classic Judy Blume novel. And Martin felt like a huge creep for watching this.
It is, and I even tried.
Because they talk about bras and their periods, and Martin was like, I'm
I even tried to read the book beforehand, but after 3 chapters, I was like, this. Yeah, I tried to read the book. I was like, this wasn't written for me. This is and the book's like first person. So the movie is one thing, but the book's like a 12-year-old talking about her period. I was like, I don't.
Gross.
I don't need to read this. This wasn't written for me.
Yeah. So I started this movie when I was on a Delta flight to the wedding I was in recently, and I couldn't finish it because there was like turbulence and stuff, and it kept cutting out. But I enjoyed it so much that after I got back from the wedding, I rented it to finish it, and then I rewatched it with my parents, and I just like really loved it.
I sent Graham actually a link. It's free on YouTube, but I found it's all on YouTube. You don't have to pay for it, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
And Rachel McAdams is
the mom.
The mom. So a connection to, we had Ryan Gosling in our previous movie, and we have Rachel McAdams in this movie. So we have both stars of The Notebook.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I feel like a grown man who's watching it. Oh wait, Jenny, can you see this?
No.
Oh,
just checking. It's still not working. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, if you're a grown man watching this movie by yourself and it's not for a podcast, like you're pretty dude. This guy investigate.
You're a real sicko.
Yeah, this guy. He's a weirdo. That's why I watched it for a podcast. So not a weirdo here, but anyway, yeah, it's a famous novel about girls going through puberty in middle school. It was pretty provocative for its time.
Yeah. Judy Blume, it's on like Judy Blume's books. Like I think this one, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is on like it's one of the most like banned books.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to get Judy Blume and Beverly Clearly mixed up. So if you know who Beverly Clearly is,
I read all of those books.
Yeah, she wrote Ramona and whatnot.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So I prefer to read books where the characters were wealthier and they're like kind of poor, and it depressed me when I was a kid.
Wait, who's
what?
Wait, Ramona. Wait, is Ramona poor?
Yeah, I mean they're like lower middle class.
Oh, and then I guess Margaret's kind of upper.
She's upper middle class. Yeah.
Yeah,
books where they're rich.
Like she goes to summer camp. She goes to like the theater with her grandmother. They're like upper middle class.
They lived in New York City also, so they were doing probably well.
Well, I think they lived with her grandma, but
they're moving out. That makes sense actually. That checks out. They lived in New Jersey, which I guess, that's still middle class.
Yeah, so like the Ramona books, I mean, they're very, very like working class. A big plot point in one of them is how like they can't go to like a hairdresser to get their hair cut. Like their mom does it and she gives them bowl cuts.
Peasants. Yeah.
What?
It's like, what are these peasants doing haircuts?
Yeah, I know exactly. I was like, this is so depressing.
Jeez, I hate poor people. Jesus.
Well, no,
Wow.
it's just like I was like, reading is like escapism, right? I want to get away from like the struggles of like third grade. Like, I don't want to read about poor people.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this shit.
Like, I don't want to hear it. I really didn't. I was like, I simply.
There's a lot of depressing books out there, though.
Yeah, but I read like every single Beverly Cleary book.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just depressed about it.
Didn't you do Super Fudge? Is that Super Fudge?
Super Fudge is G.D. Bloom.
Oh fuck! I don't know who wrote what. You know, I didn't read. Listen. I didn't fucking read as a kid. I was cool. I didn't read. I was like, I was like, hey guys, this. I was like, this is Harry Potter's gay, guys. Okay, come on, give me a break. But then I used to be like, yo, yes, we're losers reading Harry Potter. But then when I was like 24, 25, I read all 7 books in like a month and a half. And I was like, guess who the real loser was?
You crushed him in a month and a half?
I mean, yeah.
Wow, you just went straight through?
Yeah, I've been working in education for a while. I've had a lot of time at my job to kill. The worst part.
When Phil doesn't answer.
This was before I even knew Phil. So
Oh,
I
man.
did not have a Phil in my life. I guess there
Jeez.
wasn't a Phil to call. But the worst part about getting Harry Potter books as like an adult is they keep them in like the kids section. So I have to like go to the kids section and check out there. It's like I just learned how to read. Okay, leave me alone. And then during that time, that close soon after I read them all. That's when like around that time the first the mystical creatures, where to find them or whatnot, came out. That the prequels. What, you remember those?
What is it?
No, the Harry Potter like prequel movies, like
Oh, yeah.
fantastic creatures and where to find them.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
saw it.
book. They do have a book called that, but it's like a dictionary. It's not even a story.
It's like the Silmarillion or something.
Yeah, I like checked it out, and it's like a dictionary. It's not even a story.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah, I was like, I want to read the book
Yeah,
or the movie.
so I just really like movies that are set in like that are made like in present time but are set in like the 70s and the 80s. I don't know, I think I like seeing things where it's like the time period where my parents were kids, because it's like I'm not nostalgic for it because I wasn't alive then, but I like nostalgia in general, and like the like suburbia, the American dream, like all of that. So I just like, I don't know, I really like seeing that.
I like it when it's like, oh, when it was time to go home, when the street lights came on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the good days where like you weren't attached to like your phone, like
Walk,
kids. Yeah, you don't know when your kids are gonna be home.
you don't know where your kids
You
are.
don't know where your kids are.
You outside and
No
Yeah.
sunscreen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, my mom was talking about that when I was home, because her best friend when she was growing up had like a double-seater bike, and they would just like ride it like all over town, and like nobody knew where they were.
yeah,
That sounds great.
Yeah.
yeah, but also during this time there was probably a higher rate of like child abduction and child murder.
There
So
wasn't, I don't think.
I know in the 70s and 80s was like the heyday of serial killers. Not that they kill children, but if you look it up, that's like the golden age of serial killers is like the 1970s. It's when they were all active.
Was it because that was before DNA?
Yeah. Well, most of them were caught, in the 80s. But yeah, I guess it's insane actually to think that DNA is like not even 30 years old even. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is kind of crazy to think that. But yeah, I guess DNA really helped with the demise of the serial killer.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people jailed for crimes they didn't commit that were exonerated.
Yeah, that's also a benefit of
Yeah.
DNA. So yeah, DNA. We support DNA on this podcast, guys. We're all about DNA, dude. But
Wait,
anyway,
Jenny, did you see Licorice Pizza? Did you like that one? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did it.
No,
Oh
I
yeah.
Grant, we did
I
that
just
on
thought it was
this
so
podcast.
Sorry.
I thought it was so weird that she was like,
Oh yeah, we talked about all this.
yeah. I don't know how that movie wasn't criticized more. I know it was, but like
100% agree.
yeah, I like it just
Really
like
weird.
it's just like it was like this darling of the critics, and it was like nominated for all these awards, and I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it was totally weird. Yeah. But anyway.
yeah.
Wait, so
But
Richard.
I liked some of the shots though in Licorice Pizza, showing the houses, people walking, the kids on their bikes, where it's just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of a Judy Blume bug with like an ass on it.
Yeah, you said me that. I'm glad that made it in, Martin. I'm glad. Yeah.
So, Dean,
I did think I was like, okay, it'll be funny for Martin to have to like watch this about
yeah. I was
yeah.
also on a Delta flight where I could have watched this, but I chose not to.
Watch.
I watched the whale, so I went way in a different direction, and that movie kind of sucked. It was like really there's nothing happy about it. It was like this is like the most depressing film,
Huh.
and it's funny because
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, well, in the whale, he's like a really big, obese guy, and you see him walking, and he has different patches of sweat around him. And then I was like, oh yeah, because he's like a planet. Because that's,
What?
What?
because like, he's like a big obese guy, and you see him walk, and around his clothes, he has different patches of sweat. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess he's like a planet. There's like different,
Like the oceans?
yeah, no, like different forecasts because he's like a really big guy. Like,
Yeah, this
Boo.
sucks, dude. What's happening right now? Are you? Is
Next
this?
show.
Save it for your Austin Open mic.
Yeah, say something funny.
Yeah, dude.
Phil thought it was funny too. Okay, Phil
Yeah, well,
had 2 approvals of that joke.
the bar's
You're
too low
giving
down
us
there.
secondhand jokes from Phil.
No, it was my joke. I told him, and he laughed. Okay,
So you're like, I'm gonna say it on the pod.
Yeah,
it's
did you try it
funny.
on Poppy?
The
He's
deal.
like a planet because he's a big guy.
Okay, well, so back to the movie.
Thank you.
I loved Kathy
man.
Bates. Can we talk about Kathy Bates?
Yeah, there was a good grandma in the movie.
Perfect grandma.
Good grandma vibes and everything.
Loved her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cute, and I liked because I mean the whole internal conflict throughout all of this is that Margaret is half Jewish, her father is Jewish, and they've raised her agnostic basically. And said if she wants to be religious when she's older, she can be. So there's like this push pull, like And then she learns that her mother has basically been disowned by her parents because she married a Jewish man. So there's like religions cause a lot of hurt, but she's very curious about it. And I just loved when she had like a sleepover with her grandmother because they were going to the theater together after they moved to New Jersey. And she asked her grandma, like, can I go to temple with you sometime? And she's like, you betcha. And the next day, like, they go to temple. And her grandma's like, this is my granddaughter, Margaret, to like every single person. I'm here with my granddaughter, Margaret. And it was so cute. I just loved it so much. I loved their relationship. It was really sweet and special.
I did like the grandma relationship.
Yeah.
It was really, yeah, I agree.
Also, those were the good old days too, when your grandparents are like, you could be like 11 years old and your grandparents would be in like their 50s.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah, people are having kids younger.
Well, my parents just they're only in their 60s. You know, it's not that much later, I guess, but
yeah, but you don't have kids.
But my sister has kids, so
yeah,
they are grandparents. So actually, my sister has 3 kids. So technically, I don't know if I have to do anything. I think, hey, you got them.
Yeah, you're good. You got it.
Hey, you know what, Mom? I got you a grandson. Okay,
don't wake him up.
I got you.
Oh,
it's Hank.
He's such a Hank.
I don't know if he enjoyed.
I think that'd be cute if his name rhymed with Phil Mike's son. So you've got Hank the Tank and Frank the Tank.
Frank.
You could get him a matching sweater like you got Frank.
Yeah, yeah. Frank grew out of his onesie.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta give him another Frank the Tank shirt, I guess, every year. You know what? I got Frank the onesie, and then, you know, after they had the kid, I made them spaghetti, and apparently Anthony's mom was like, "What a nice man! What a wonderful man you have as a friend."
You fucking love it.
You're like eating it up. That's so funny.
My ears are burning.
It's the least I can do, you know. Don't mention it. But,
do you think they ate it?
Yeah, no, you told me they definitely ate it. I gave them my crock pot. I just made it in the crock pot and handed it over.
Little did they know you poop on people.
Okay, I only pooped. It wasn't even on him. I had.
Sorry.
Okay, it's not even just on him. Okay,
you're a nice man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they're like, Emily's mom said I was such a nice man. I just, you know.
I'm telling you, people's moms like love me.
When they don't know you, they love you.
Yeah, even your mom is really nice to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've told her some stories, but she thinks you're like really funny. I told her that you got in trouble with your speech therapist for hazing.
Thought it was funny, or
yeah, she thought that was really funny. She's like, oh my, she was like, oh no, Martin.
Yeah, exactly. See, most mom, you know, I'm a big mom guy. You know, even Sandy had COVID last year, and her mom was like, "Yeah, I'm just really worried about Martin. You know, I hope he's doing okay. You know, when you have COVID." Yeah.
Well, she had COVID.
Yeah, last year, she had COVID last year.
But you didn't have it.
I didn't have it, and
but she was worried you were gonna get it.
Yeah, her mom and our aunt were like, "We're just really worried about Martin. If he's gonna get sick, we really are worried."
She's like, "Well, Martin's actually shitting himself right now."
She wouldn't.
That's your dream, Martin. You just want like a team of moms to take care of you.
Yeah.
Listen to all your fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you're
whatever. Oh yeah. Oh no, not. Oh, I got I gotta pick him up. He can't get up here by himself.
Oh. Yeah. He's a good size.
Yeah, he's like 5 pounds or less. But
that's great.
So sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, I know
he does look like he's seen some shit, though. You know.
Yeah, he's like a little.
He has like concerned face. Like his face always looks like it's concerned. I couldn't. I don't have a nail on the wall. I couldn't really hold it against my couch, but I do have my official sign.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Available at martinphillips.com.
Anyway, my actual catchphrase.
Beautiful.
Yeah, my actual catchphrase is I just had sex with a beautiful woman, but Sandy had to tell this to someone to make this sign. So
Yeah.
You had to. This is wood. This is oak, man.
Sounds like it.
Somebody spent time to make this. So
that's a good catchphrase.
Someone on Etsy.
Yeah, I think it was. And Sandy's note said, I know it's weird, but it's an inside joke. So who knows how many weird signs they've made. But anyway, let's go back to talking about periods, guys.
Wait, what was Rachel McAdams in this?
She's the mom.
Oh, yeah.
She's the mom. And
yeah, and her mom's like, she's like an art teacher, but now she's being like a stay-at-home mom, and she's getting involved with the school and joining all these committees and stuff. And I love Rachel McAdams in this role.
Great mom. But yeah, I don't know if I ever had a puberty talk with my parents.
I did, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I never even had like a sex talk with my parents. I just had sex ed in school, and
I was very confused. I really didn't understand the mechanics of it at all after my sex talk with my mom. And then Erin Meany, my friend's older sister, told me like about the birds and the bees, and I told her, I was like, that's crazy, you're wrong, my parents would never do that.
Your parents would never have sex.
Yeah, I was like, my parents would never do that.
She was like, my parents don't love each other. Okay,
you've gotta be. I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
I was like, you're out of your mind if you think people are doing that. And then I went back and I told my mom, I was like, Erin Meany is telling people that people are doing this. And my mom was like, well, yeah, that is how. What? And I was like, you're joking.
Wow, that was just world crushing to find out.
It is soul crushing.
I think I was like, cool. I was like, yeah.
You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My dad like came bursting into my room one night, and he could tell that he had the talk, and then he left, and he was like to my mom, like, there, I did it. Are you happy? It's over.
Yeah. No one ever talked to me.
That's bananas. That's so funny.
Nice, dude. Your dad sounds awesome. Yeah, I never had a talk. I just went to school, and I had the internet, so I think.
Oh shit!
I think my parents were like, "Well, he's not an idiot. I think he can figure it out. I think it's not."
Martin, have you ever had to sub for a sex ed class?
Oh my god!
No, sex ed's like a special teacher. At least the schools I was at, they would have a specific guy who'd go around to all the schools to teach sex ed for the week.
My sex ed confessed to us that he was a virgin, so that was weird.
I was just thinking, I wonder if any of them are virgins.
Yeah, that really did happen. That really happened to me.
That's crazy.
He was like, I'm going to come clean to you guys. I'm a virgin, so we all have a lot to learn.
But then the guys were like, not me. What you doing?
And we were like, are you qualified to teach this class?
You shouldn't be teaching. You gotta
I took a human sexuality class in college, and that was crazy. That was like actually really interesting.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Because I was like, because she was like, yeah, and we had to draw these things called pleasure circles, and she's like, what's in your pleasure circle can change. She was like one day it might, like, you might not want to have sex, you just want to kiss, and then another day I was like, the other person's supposed to care about what you want. I was like, that's crazy. I'm like 18 years old. I was like, they're supposed to care about you? That's insane.
Yeah, I did. I did a self-taught human sexuality class.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I did my own field.
Yeah, you're like, sexuality is self-taught here. Rush Pike.
Dude, actually, one of my best friends was in Pike, and he said he wouldn't let me join it. He was like, "You wouldn't fit in. You wouldn't fit in. I don't want you to be part of it." So I could have been a Pike.
Is that the Pike symbol?
It's like they use the pi sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's cool. I could have been a frat guy, but that wasn't meant for me. So
yeah, there's so many shoes you can wear, Martin.
Yeah.
But little did they know you'd be moving to Austin, Texas, baby.
Yeah, all the other Pi guys are here.
Yeah.
I did go to like a few other parties, and this one guy, he like fell down the stairs. He totally ate shit down the stairs. At the bottom of it, he was like, "Am I okay?" We're like, "Yeah, you look okay." And then he blinked, and he had tore his eyelids open.
What?
Like, oh my god!
What do you mean he tore his eyelids open?
Dude, like he blinked at him, we could see his eye. Yeah, he like.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying right now? That's crazy.
He didn't break anything. Yeah, no scratches. The only thing that was injured.
He tore his eyelids.
His eyelids.
Horrifying.
It's like Clockwork Orange. Did he get stitches?
Yeah, I guess go. I didn't drive him to the hospital, but somebody was. Good.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
So,
His eyes were okay.
I think so. I don't think I don't know how they did it, but it's a thing. And I went to some frat parties, and there was always no, I'm not trying to brag here, guys, but
Mom's really likes me, and
I went to the frat house, dude. I knew some guys, and I guess you had to pay for it, but I would just walk straight in, and nobody would question it. So
nice. I smashed a beer in my head for another beer at a frat party. So.
Oh, dude, awesome, dude.
Hell yeah. Were you in a frat, Graham?
Nope, no. Music school.
Music frat.
Yeah. Classical violin frat.
Oh, I was
some of my friends from the Kennedy Center were in music frats, and they go hard.
Yeah.
When I was in DC Labor Day, and Graham forgot he scheduled work, and he had to call the temple, like email the temple, like, "Hey, sorry guys." And then the temple guy was like, "It's okay, go make memories with your friends." And you're like, "I'm just gonna get drunk,"
Yeah, I was going to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I did, by the way. Solid.
We both did that weekend, but all of us did. I was margaritas. Jenny was at a wedding. Graham was in Pittsburgh. We all went hard on Labor Day.
Let's go.
I did. I didn't get I got so drunk. I got really drunk at the rehearsal dinner, which is
that's the classic move. Yeah.
Yeah, I got so drunk. I was like, "Hey, someone has to take me back to the Airbnb. I don't know who it's gonna be, but discuss amongst yourselves and let me know."
Yeah.
Dang.
I need a ride right now, y'all. I don't feel good.
Oh no.
At least at like the weddings and stuff, they usually have a bus that can drive you back to.
Yeah, the wedding party, because most of the wedding parties stayed in this house that was like Woodrow Wilson's summer home.
Dude, nice.
And we had like an old fashioned trolley pick us up.
Nice. That must have been debauchery.
Yeah.
You like that shuttle, Martin? You like the shuttle bus, right? You're like, what's this? This looks fun.
Let's go to the hotel. I was like, are we going to the beach too? And then I was like, oh, this makes total sense. Like, I'm a moron, but Graham, Lady let me keep your house key.
What?
Yeah, because she was like, yeah, you'll be back, just to not to make it a household.
Dude, you're hooking up with her in my dreams. You got a key to my house. What the hell's going on?
Graham's like, Lydia.
So when I have my mental breakdown and drive all the way back to DC, come to your house. I got the key.
We got it, baby. Don't you worry. We'll chill you up. We'll get Jeopardy going. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? It's all good.
Yeah. I left Jeopardy on for Happy today. So this guy, he's got all the knowledge now. He's a smart boy.
A very smart boy. That's my mom's smart, dumbass golden retriever.
But anyway,
Basil's just digging in the carpet right underneath me right now.
Yeah, there was some good Basil background action happening.
Yeah, we did see it. I didn't say anything, but
yeah, she's really going to town.
Is she allowed on the couch?
She's allowed on everything. Okay. I tried to do no couch, and it became clear that wasn't going to work for her. Her lifestyle.
Yeah.
I was very like, oh, she stays in her crate. I mean, she is crate trained, which is great. And if I just point to her crate and say, go to your place, she'll go to it. But, yeah, no, she sleeps in my bed and on all the furniture. And
Happy has little stairs, but he doesn't use them.
For what? Wait, what little stairs? To get to your bed? What?
Yeah, to get to the couch and the bed. He doesn't use them though. But he can jump on the couch, but not the bed. The bed's a little bit too high.
Martin's nursing home for dogs over there.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyhow, back to the movie. I've never had a period, so I don't know.
Sure?
I don't know how exciting
Sometimes.
it is. I guess if I did get one, yeah, I'd probably be pretty surprised too.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone when I got mine. I was really embarrassed.
Did you? Yeah, yeah, cool.
What the fuck was that?
Making Martin uncomfortable.
I don't know what I was gonna
I did have a friend that was like, so I was not obsessed with like getting my period like some of the people in this movie. I did have a friend who was really obsessed with it. And
I was
the American Girl doll book, The Care and Keeping of You, the body book for girls. That was our Bible. And she was like reading.
Girl doll?
It's like an American Girl doll brand book, but it has nothing to do with the dolls. But it's called The Care and Keeping of You, the body book for girls.
Wow.
And it's like it was our Bible, and she was reading that thing every day, like praying for her period. Like she just really
wanted it. I'd borrow it.
I still have my copy in my parents' house.
I don't really need it. I don't need that book. I have the Bible, so
yeah.
I have the actual Bible.
Yeah, I feel like that's doing a lot for you, Martin.
Yeah. Hey, how dare you speak? You know what it stands for? basic instructions before leaving Earth.
What? Who the hell said that?
You never heard that before?
No.
Basic instructions before leaving Earth. I don't know
No.
what instructions they're
I know.
giving. I don't know how good instructions they are, but anyway, yeah. So I never had a period, but it's cool if you have one, guys.
Yeah, you have to watch a really manly movie for Martin next time. He got a couple of chick flicks here.
I want something
Martin
about.
suggested Barbie, though.
That's
I
true.
like Barbie.
I
To
know
watch
you
The
did, but
Northmen.
No, I think. Wait, what'd you say, Graham?
The Northmen.
Yeah, that was pretty manly.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I really liked the little romance between Margaret and Moose to the point, like, where when she at the end when she's going to summer camp and he is like, we should hang out when you get back. I was like, I want a sequel. I want to find out what happens.
Isn't there a sequel to it? I'm sure.
I don't think there's a sequel to it.
Oh, okay. But I think if there was a male equivalent to this story, it would be very disgusting. It'd be the grossest shit you've ever read.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it was it's a fine story. Just
It's a book about what's the male equivalent? Like middle school guys.
Yeah, middle school guys, just a lot of cum, just a lot of cum. That's all. But yeah, and it's funny how it's like they wanted to choose a religion, and the Jewish side is like this fun grandmother, but then the Christian side are like these anti-Semites. So doesn't make Christianity look too cool.
Yeah, it was extreme for sure.
Yeah.
It was crazy too how they like come to stay and they like are spouting off about how she's Christian because her mother's Christian, blah blah blah. And then I mean, they had them in a taxi leaving that night. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, they're from Ohio. They've come a long way.
Yeah, get out of there.
Yeah, everybody's. I like Mr. Beneman when he was like rhymes with cinnamon, the grandma's boyfriend.
Oh yeah. They were fun.
They were fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm big fan.
I was so upset for Margaret though that her mom was gonna they were gonna make her cancel her trip to Florida to visit her grandmother to meet her anti-Semitic grandparents. I was like, don't do that. Don't cancel her special trip. That's terrible.
Yeah,
The other grandparents are like dropping by unannounced from the East Coast, basically.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
Yeah.
But anyhow, what was I gonna say? No, I agree. I thought I may have had a point to say, but maybe I don't. But maybe then they go, some goofy kid in their class invites everyone to a fancy dinner, and then at his house they play Spin the Bottle and
Yeah.
7 Minutes in Heaven, and he's like a really goofy kid. And I was like, man, get on that guy for taking advantage of the class roster.
Yeah.
Inviting everybody so I can talk to these girls and they can come to my party.
Yeah, he like I don't know, that was great. I never played Spin the Bottle.
Yeah, me neither. I've never done
Me either.
seven. Yeah, I think it's like an older generation thing. I don't think kids play Spin the Bottle or
No
7
one really
Minutes.
wants to make out with some random person.
Yeah, or 7 Minutes in Heaven or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, my day. We just called it fucking,
In the good old days, we called that fucking.
Yeah, things. good old fucking, just turn around and bend over.
Well,
Okay. And on that note, should I do the summary?
Oh yeah, hey, it's good.
for the
Hey,
love of God.
it took like Judy Blume held on to these rights for like 50 years. So this movie really is a testament of how good she wanted it to be. So
It is great.
yeah, so all right, I got the timer.
Okay, the year is 1970, and this is a classic tale about young 11-year-old Margaret Simon. She's living in New York City. She's just gotten home from summer camp, which I love, and she finds out that, oh my God, her parents are moving her away from New York City and her grandmother and to the New Jersey suburbs. The horror. So she's got a new school, a new friends, a new club, led by the local brat Nancy. Yeah, and along the way, Margaret ends up getting her period. She doesn't have to deal with her anti-Semitic grandparents anymore. She's still close with her grandmother. And at the end of the movie, it seems like she's going to be hanging out with Moose when she gets back from next year's summer camp. So,
Wow, at the buzzer.
Yeah,
Great film.
Buzz Beater.
Great film.
Yeah, Margaret and her mom were very excited for her period. So that part was
Yeah.
weird. And then there was the I must increase my bust where the girls wanted.
We did that as a theater warm up.
Yeah, but you didn't mean it. They meant it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but anyway, big fan, big fan of
Big
breasts. Okay. Bada bing, yay, yay. So cool. Oh, we did it. That's it
We
for
did it.
this
Great time.
episode. I think you started recording, right, Graham?
Wait, what?
No, he's still recording.
Ordinary